In this video of Core Java Programming, we are going to discuss the following topic: downcasting in inheritance of Java program. So let us try to understand first of all what is this downcasting. So downcasting, this concept is related to typecasting. Okay. So we also have type conversion. So type conversion is mainly done on primitive data type values, converting one data type value into another data type value. Example: integers, floatings, characters, etc. Whereas coming to the typecasting, so typecasting is mainly done with classes, and that too classes which are in inheritance, base class and subclass. So important point here. So this concept is related to inheritance, and this concept works with object reference variable. So object reference variable contains object reference code or hash code. Okay, right. So let us try to understand what is the definition of downcasting. Okay, right. So downcasting means restoring object reference code of subclass from base class object reference variable. So restoring object reference code of subclass from base class object reference variable using subclass object reference variable. Okay, right. So one important point here: if we want to perform downcasting, okay, so if we want to perform downcasting, upcasting is compulsory. So upcasting is compulsory means upcasting should be done previously, means upcasting is already done previously. So this is what is downcasting. Okay, so let us try to demonstrate this with a small example. So let us say that we have class A, X, Y, M1 method, and then we have class B, extends A. So here we have P, Q, M2. Okay, right. So now here first we have to create the object of subclass and we have to perform the upcasting. Okay, so example goes like this: A obj1, it is object reference variable only of base class. It is base class object reference variable only. So B obj2 new B. Okay, so this is subclass object, actual object, because it is created using new operator. So using obj2 we can access X. Okay, right, we can access Y, we can access M1 method of the base class, and then we can also access P, Q, M2, which belongs to the subclass. So obj2 dot P, Q, and M2. Okay, right. So now let us do upcasting. Okay, so now upcasting. So upcasting, storing base class object reference code in storing subclass object reference code in base class object reference variable, obj2 reference code in obj1. So after upcasting we can access only base class members. Okay, so after upcasting using base class object reference variable, we can access only base class members from subclass object. So it means that using obj1 we can access x, obj1.y, obj1.m1. Okay, we cannot access obj1.p or q or m2 method because they belongs to subclass. Will get the error, belongs to subclass. Right, so now we'll do downcasting. Okay, so now downcasting. So downcasting goes like this: restoring subclass object reference code from base class object reference variable using subclass object reference variable. So I'll take one more subclass object reference variable b, obj3. Okay, now in obj3 I will get obj1. So obj1 here is base class object reference variable containing subclass object reference code obj2. Okay, and that I'm restoring back into subclass object reference variable obj3. So this is downcasting. So after downcasting, okay, so we can access both base class members and also subclass members. All are accessible. Okay, so same like obj2, we can access everything because here obj3 belongs to subclass. This is what is downcasting. So obj3.x, obj3.y, obj3.m1, and then obj3.p, obj3.q, obj3.m2. Everything is accessible. Right. So let us try to implement this in the form of a program. Downcasting example 1.java. Program to perform downcasting in inheritance. Take a new page. First write the comments. Program to perform downcasting in inheritance. So we'll take base class A, xy, m1, and in m1 method we are displaying base class A, x value, y value. Similarly, subclass B, we are taking pq data members, m2 method. In m2 method we are displaying subclass B, p value, q value, and then main class with main method. Downcasting example 1. So let us save this program in our working directory. So save it as downcasting example 1.java. Right. So first we'll take base class object reference variable only, obj1, and then we'll create the object of obj2 subclass new b. Now using subclass object we can access x 10, obj2.y 20, obj2.m1. Okay, right. So here we'll print one message here: system.out.println using subclass obj2. Okay, right. So we can access base class members as well as we can also access subclass its own members, own class members. obj2.p 100, q 200, and then m2 method. Right, so this is what is regular inheritance. Okay, so let us save this program, come to the command prompt, and then compile the program. Java C downcasting example 1. No error, and run it. So using subclass object obj2 we can access both base class members XY 1020 and subclass its own class members PQ 100 and 200. M1 method, M2 method. Right. So next we'll do the upcasting here also. So storing subclass object reference code in base class object reference variable obj1 is known as upcasting. Okay. So after upcasting, we can access only base class members. obj1.m1, obj1.m2 will get the error. Okay. Because m2 belongs to subclass. Okay. Right. So recompile the program, we should get the error. Cannot find symbol m2. So m2 is not available for base class object obj1. It is available only for the subclass object obj2. Right, so this is not possible. Save it, recompile, run. So after downcasting, we can access only base class members XY using obj1. So we'll put the message also here, system.out.println. So after upcasting, okay, using base class obj1. Right, recompile and run. So after upcasting, we can access only base class members using M1 method x10 y20. So let us do downcasting now. Now we already have upcasting. Now we'll take B obj3. So this is object reference variable only for subclass. Okay, and here in obj3 we will put obj1, restoring back subclass object reference code from base class object reference variable using subclass object reference variable obj3, getting back. So this is called as downcasting. So after downcasting, we can access only both M1 method and M2 method. Okay, right. So let us check it out. So after downcasting, using subclass obj3 reference variable, we can access obj3.m1, obj3.m2. We will not get any error. Okay, right. Save this, recompile. Right. So so here we have a small issue. We are not able to do downcasting. Okay, right. So we are not able to do downcasting directly. So for this we have to apply explicit downcasting. So saying it like this, B. So get subclass B object reference code from base class object reference variable obj1 into subclass object reference variable obj3. So this is called as explicit downcasting. Okay, so upcasting is done directly because in upcasting subclass is a kind of base class, but in downcasting base class is not a kind of subclass. Okay, so we have to specify the downcasting class name before the base class object reference variable. Right, so now recompile the program, so you'll not get any error. So previously we got base class object reference cannot be converted to subclass object. Now no error, compile and rerun. So after downcasting, we can access both base class members as well as subclass members. So here we have to understand one important point. So when we are doing downcasting, okay, right, so one small point goes like this here. So for this we'll get the error. Error is base class A Okay, cannot be converted to subclass B. Okay, now for this we have to perform explicit typecasting. For this we have to perform explicit typecasting. So how to do that? obj3 is equals to b of obj1. Okay, so why we have to do this? The reason goes like this. Okay, note point. So for upcasting, subclass is a kind of base class. Okay, so subclass is a kind of base class. So what is a subclass here? B. So we have a relationship here, inheritance relationship. Okay, and base class is A. But for downcasting, okay, base class A is not a kind of subclass. Okay, hence we have to do explicit downcasting. Okay, so hence we perform explicit downcasting. So this is what is all about downcasting in inheritance of Java program. So after downcasting, we can access both base class members and subclass members. Thank you for watching this video. Do like and share this video, and also subscribe to the YouTube channel Sri Sai IT Hub. Have a nice day.